I'm Rowan, and we're here at Nationwide Arena to see the Blue Jackets and the Anaheim Ducks. It's 1-1 in the second intermission, and you're watching Post to Post.
Go Jackets!
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. Recently, the All-Star rosters were announced. Now, this is something that we've discussed. This is the obligatory All-Star video that we do every year, where we discuss whether or not the All-Star game should exist or it shouldn't exist. And we're going to talk about the rosters and our feelings towards the All-Star game and the skills competition. So I'll start with the rosters, if that's okay. Do you know the rosters?
I don't, actually.
I didn't think so. I didn't think you'd pay attention to this.
No.
So I'm going to read you the rosters for each division, and then I'm going to tell you who's been snubbed, because some people are pretty pissed about it, to be honest, and we'll talk about that later. So in the Atlantic Division, Eichel, Kucherov, Matthews, Pasternak, Stamkos, Tavares, Shabbat, Yandel, Howard, and Price. You feel like any names were left off that list that should be there?
For the Atlantic, I see more names on there that maybe shouldn't be there than names that are missing.
Which names would you
remove? I know Shabbat's had a really good year so far, but I don't see him as an all-star in the Atlantic. I just don't, not yet. And I frankly, we'll get into it maybe later, but what I think about the whole concept of the all-star game as it is now.
Yeah. So here's the snubs that I read online that people are listing.
Right.
Mark Stone.
Yep.
And we can give our thoughts for every single name. I think Mark Stone should be there, 100%.
Absolutely.
He's had an absolutely incredible year.
Yeah.
And also Matt Duchene, who has struggled the past couple of years. He's having a really, really good year. So if they put him in, I'd be 100% okay with that. Jonathan Huberdeau.
No question.
I don't know why. He has to be there. Barkov, I'm okay with him not being there, but he's had a good year.
Yeah.
Jeff Skinner has had an awesome year with Buffalo.
Tremendous.
I'd still pick Eichel over Skinner, but Yaroslav Halak has had a really good year. If you look at his numbers and how many games he's played and stuff, he's been a rock solid for Boston. He has way better numbers than Jimmy Howard, so just saying.
Yeah.
Mitch Marner, who leads the team in points. Matthews, listen, I know Matthews is the superstar in Toronto, but if we're going off
performance,
Mitch Marner has to be there. Braden Point. Now, when you have Kucherov and Stamkos and Hedman, and I guess Hedman's not there, but I mean, there's so many people. You could send the whole Tampa Bay Lightning team as an all-star team. But anyway, Shea Weber. I disagree and agree with this one. I disagree because he hasn't played enough games to, I think, warrant his all-star game appearance. But he holds some winning titles in some all-star games for hardest shot. I don't even want to see him play in the all-star game. I just want him to go for the hardest shot so he can compete. Same with Dylan Larkin. I'd like to see Dylan Larkin go to compete for the fastest skater, but I can't because he's not going. So it would be cool to see the structure changed up a little bit where the skills competition had a different roster than the all-star.
I would agree with that.
Competition.
Yeah, because there are players in the league who are specialists at one specific thing, and they may not be an all-star in the big picture, but they're an all-star in tipping shots or an all-star in skating.
Yeah, like Paul Byron, who is really a waiver pickup, is one of the fastest players in the league, top 5.
Yeah,
he'll never be in the all-star game, and why would he? But maybe he should be in the skills competition.
Yeah,
so
no, I agree totally.
Yeah. Now, that's not to say that we're not going to be able to see some of these guys enter the Atlantic Division, because there's a last man in vote going on right now. So you can vote on NHL.com, and here are the last man in options that you can vote for right now for the Atlantic. Bergeron, Skinner, Larkin, Barkov, Weber, Stone, Point, and Riley. Who would you vote for?
I would put Stone in.
I would also vote for Mark Stone.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. They're all worthy in various ways. I'd like to see Weber because of the hardest shot thing.
Yeah.
But I don't want, I'm a Montreal fan. I don't want Montreal players in the All-Star game if there's a chance they might get hurt.
Yeah.
We saw Carey Price a few years ago. We had the All-Star game. He was in it. He really didn't play. I don't know if he was hurt in the All-Star game, but he was never the same the rest of that season. And I don't know what went on there. And I'm not thrilled to see him in the roster this time. He's by far from being one of the top goalies in the Atlantic right now. He doesn't belong there. I'm sorry.
I
He has
agree.
not earned his way in this year. I love Carey Price.
He's had a great December and a great start to January, but
Yeah.
I agree he does not deserve to be in the All-Star game. No. Riley, who's had a career year with Toronto, you can't put him in because Matthews and Tavares are there, and Marner probably deserves to be there before Riley. So you can't have 4 Toronto. Same. It's the Tampa Bay situation. There's so many good players on these two teams. You can't. put them all
Bergeron
in.
would be an awesome option as
Yeah.
well for Boston. But this last man, it's all contrived. It's all artificial and fake. It used to be, I think, the journalists, the hockey journalists, the hockey writers,
Okay.
years ago would help pick or maybe exclusively pick the All-Star rosters. And I think they're the best equipped to do that. We saw shenanigans with the vote in the past.
John Scott.
There you go. Where the fans basically thumb their nose at the process
Yeah, exactly.
by getting behind somebody. And even now when I'm looking at my list, I see, people that probably would earn a vote from the writers just as they have earned votes from the fans. I think that's fair. But I really don't
Okay, so let's go through the list.
Okay.
Eichel, agree or disagree?
agree marginally.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Kucherov?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Matthews?
Absolutely.
I'd switch with Marner. Just my personal opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying if it has to be one or the other, I go Marner as well.
Okay.
But I don't see any reason why you couldn't have both.
Okay.
But,
Pasternak?
yes,
I agree.
Yeah.
Stamkos?
absolutely.
I disagree. I think is he a superstar? Yes. Is he having a good year? Yes. Are there more people on Tampa more worthy of being there? I'd say yes.
Yeah,
So
it's
Tavares?
debatable. No, I would say no. Right,
I would
right
say
now.
I would say no, only if he was replaced by the right person from Toronto.
Well, exactly. Like if you could use that spot to satisfy the Matthews Marner
Exactly. Yeah.
issue, then fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shabbat?
No.
I would switch with Mark Stone.
Yeah.
And obviously that complicates things because he's a D and Mark Stone's a forward, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yandel?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. He's having a really good year,
Yeah.
but still, Jonathan Huberdeau. Come on.
Yeah.
Jimmy Howard? Yeah. He's not having his numbers are actually fairly decent, but they're still not like all-star worthy. I would switch with Dylan Larkin there and Carey Price. Would you rather see Carey Price or Shea Weber?
I'd much rather see Shea Weber.
I would too.
There. And I think not only for that person, for Shea Weber himself, but also for the team. Frankly, I think Montreal's better off if Carey Price has some more rest.
Yeah, I agree.
He's clearly a guy that needs a lot of rest, and there's a whole weekend where he's not resting.
Yeah.
And not only is he not resting, he is in some jeopardy. He is. Every time you go out on the ice, you can fall down and hurt something. Like, put a golden bubble around him and give him the weekend off. That's what I would do.
Exactly. Now, if we move on to the Metro, we'll do the same thing. We'll go through the names. Let's start off with agree or disagree right away. So,
Sure.
Sebastian Aho.
Agree.
Agree. Cam Atkinson.
50-50 on that.
I kind of disagree here. I think Panarin should be.
Well, if it has to be one or the other, I would say Panarin
Okay.
as well.
Yeah, me too. Matthew Barzal.
Oh, yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
Sidney Crosby.
You have to.
Yeah,
You
he's
have
the
to.
best. Well, in my opinion, he's the best. Still the best player in the world. So.
Do you know this would only be his fourth All-Star appearance, or his fifth?
'Cause he's been
All-Star
injured so
appearance?
much?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or has been named to the team at a time when he wasn't 100%. So
Wow.
he sat it out. Yeah.
Claude Giroux.
Probably not, because I think he's more name than he is current performance there. I think he's a little old, but
You think he's too old to go to the All-Star game?
Well,
I
don't-
completely agree with this decision.
Yeah,
he's
no.
having a great year.
I just don't think Philadelphia's having a great year. And even if he's having an individually great year, I don't know if that's All-Star worthy. So.
Okay. Taylor Hall.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
John Carlson.
Not if he's the Washington representative.
Well, you can't send Ovechkin because he already declined. He said he's not going. He's taking the 1-game suspension. Whatever.
Yeah.
So at least some other Washington players. We'll get to those in the snubs, but
Well, if you can't take Ovechkin and he's declined, I don't think that automatically propels you into another Washington Capital. Like if it's not Ovechkin and he doesn't want to go, then Washington's pick is off the table.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Interesting.
If the lead player doesn't want, not that a team can't have two, but if your 99% best player won't go, then you're down into the 60s and 50s. I wouldn't do it.
All right. Seth Jones.
Again, not instead of Panarin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. Braden Holtby.
Yeah, but he hasn't been lights out this year.
Yeah,
really.
I'd say, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'd certainly be okay with it. Stanley Cup winning goalie.
Yeah.
People want to see him, and if that's what the All-Star Game's about, that's what it's about.
Yeah. Lundqvist.
No.
I agree. No. No. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of Lundqvist fans out there, and I like the man myself, but I would say no.
Yeah.
So we look at the snubs. Artemi Panarin, Robin Lehner, who's had a really, really good year.
Yes, he has.
Like a seriously good year. I would 100% put him in before Lundqvist. He deserves to be there.
Yeah.
Mika Zibanejad.
Maybe.
Over Lundqvist, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Phil Kessel.
Actually, yes, and I'm surprised to say that because I'm not a big Kessel fan, but he's had a great year.
Yeah. Evgeny Malkin.
Oh, yeah.
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 Nicholas Backstrom.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He should be there.
Yeah.
Sergei Bobrovsky.
Hot and cold on that.
He's had an off year a little
Yeah.
bit. So
When he's on, he's really on. When he's off, he's really off. And I don't know if that's all-star material today.
now the last man in vote for this division has Tara Vinen. I would say no. I'm okay with Sebastian Aho. Foligno, I would say no. Panarin deserves to be there, I think, before Foligno.
Yeah.
Kyle Palmieri, I'd say no.
No.
Anders Lee,
I really like Andrew.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'd still probably say no, but
Yeah, he's really good.
Zuccarello,
No.
I'd say no. Voracek, I'd say no. He hasn't really had a great year. Letang, I'd say probably no.
Yeah.
Backstrom, absolutely. So my pick here would be Backstrom. I think Backstrom deserves to be there.
I would agree. Of all that list, the snub list, with Ovechkin not being in there, if you have to throw someone from Washington on the team, that's who it should be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the Central. We'll do the same thing here. So these are the players that got in. Patrick Kane,
I would say yes.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Nathan McKinnon,
Absolutely.
me too.
He's one of the premier stars in the entire game of hockey.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's fantastic.
Miko Rantanen. Oh, sorry, I just skipped one. Ryan O'Reilly.
No.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, he is by far the best player on St. Louis right now.
Yeah.
By far. But does St. Louis really deserve to send anyone is the question. I'd still say yes because I think every team deserves to be represented. So I would say he is the best choice for that team. So I would say yes. But on a typical St. Louis year, probably not. You probably see Tarasenko there. But
Yeah.
Miko Rantanen.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say.
Definitely.
If you can have two from one team, yep.
Yep. Mark Scheifele.
Yes. No question.
Blake Wheeler.
Slightly less of a yes, but
Blake Wheeler's having a very good year.
he is.
So
Yeah.
I think he deserves to be there. I think Scheifele deserves to be there as well. But I think that leaves off some important names on the snub list, which we'll get to. Miro Heiskanen.
Well, now when you're looking at Dallas and you saw the toing and froing that went on, is he really the guy who represents the Dallas Stars?
Yeah, I don't think so.
When you got Sagan sitting there, and I would say no.
I would say no too. I disagree. Roman Josi.
Nashville's deep. Nashville's really deep, and I know it's not one player per team. I get that, but I don't know if he's the guy for Nashville. If he's carrying the Nashville colors into the skills competition, I'm okay with it. But
I really like Roman Josi. That's why I have Roman Josi jersey up there. He's one of my favorite players. I think PK Subban and his personality has to be there. I don't know how you can't have PK Subban there. So
yeah,
that's strange to me, but whatever.
Yeah,
Devin Dubnyk.
I'm cool with that.
I'm also cool with that. Yeah. Pekka Rinne.
Rinne. Yeah. I'm okay with that. But there's lots of talent in that division. There's Hellebuck and there's other people that are really, really playing well in that position.
Some goalies in the division have had some bit of are having a bit of an off year. So I'm okay with it, but at the same time, maybe someone else.
Yeah.
Okay, for the snubs, Landeskog.
Oh wow.
I don't think you can have three from one team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I would say that McKinnon and Rantanen deserve to be there more than Landeskog.
Yeah, I'd agree with
Not
that.
that Landeskog doesn't deserve to be there. He's having a very good
If
year.
he was on any other team, it'd
Yeah.
be a different. Yeah.
Tyler Seguin?
Yes, absolutely yes. Instead of,
Yeah,
because
I agree.
Yeah,
Radulov?
I love Radulov so much. I don't know if he's got, but he's one of the personality guys, a lot like Subban in a way.
Yeah.
So if you like that as a reason to keep Subban in the All-Star game, I think you have to give Radulov a little love too.
He has the highest points per game on the team.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he should be there.
yeah.
Jamie Benn?
Well,
See, there's so many names on Dallas
Yeah.
that you could throw in there.
I know what Jim Lights thinks of Jamie Benn right
Yeah.
now, but not as the maybe if Dallas got two, maybe,
Okay.
but not as the only guy.
Okay, because I'm not done with Dallas. Ben Bishop.
Oh wow,
His numbers are actually pretty good
they
this
actually
year.
are quite good
So,
this year. Yeah,
That's a tough one. Dallas is a real tough one.
yeah.
Ryan Suter
I don't know enough about Ryan Suter
over Miro Heiskanen, I would say for sure.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just on a defensive basis or defenseman basis. PK Subban, yes. Patrick Laine, I would say no, because he's having a good year, but not as good as the year as he had before.
That's
and I
right.
think Wheeler and Scheifele are having the better year. So
That's
I would
right.
say no.
Laine has sagged a little. I think he's coming down to earth just a bit. He's still an exceptional player.
Yeah.
And probably an all-star in most times. But this year, with Wheeler and Scheifele especially, if you're looking at the team makeup, he is the third guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dustin Byfuglien.
No.
This goes back to the Shea Weber situation
Yeah.
where you have a guy who has an incredibly hard shot, but probably doesn't deserve to be in the All-Star game. Like,
Exactly. He's
So-
more of a grinder.
yeah, I would say no there.
Yeah.
So the last man in vote, these are the names. Jonathan Taves.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I would say no this specific year.
Yeah.
Landeskog, we already talked about it. Seguin, Parise, maybe, but I think Devin Dubnyk should be there if I'm picking one from here. Forsberg, Philip Forsberg.
Oh. On a different team maybe, but no.
Tarasenko, I'd say no this year
Yeah.
specifically, and Laine is the other. So who would you choose from that list? Jonathan Taves, Landeskog, Seguin, Parise, Forsberg, Tarasenko, or Laine?
I'd say Landeskog because why not have half the team from one team? Why not?
I'd choose Seguin.
Yeah.
Okay, the Pacific Division, the last one. There are some serious snubs in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Gaudreau,
Definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Clayton Keller,
Last year, yes. This year, not so sure.
who would you send from Arizona other than Clayton Keller?
Do you have to? Do you have
Yeah.
to send anybody?
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, well, you have to send somebody. I guess that's who it should be.
All right. Connor McDavid.
Or I'd send. No, I wouldn't. I'm just thinking of the trade.
I actually would send someone else from Arizona, but we'll get that in a little
Okay.
bit. But
All right.
Connor McDavid,
No question.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Joe Pavelski,
Wow.
he's old, but
He's
he's having a really good year. So
He is. He's on a pretty stacked team, though, too. There's a lot
Yeah.
of talent there in San Jose. I'd be okay with it, but
I'm okay with it.
yeah.
Elias Pettersson,
No question. Scared to death that he'd get hurt or something.
Yeah.
Again, this is a fragile rookie. Fragile, not fragile physically, but he's in a space right now that I wouldn't want to put too much on the guy. That's all. I'm just thinking of his development.
Yeah.
But as far as wanting to see the talent, I want to see that talent.
yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Eric Carlson,
No.
I would say no too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that I would have said that at the beginning of the season, but I think there's more people on San Jose that deserve to be there. So
Yeah,
I would say no.
That's right.
Brent Burns,
And he's one of them.
he's one. I'd say yes for
Yeah.
Brent Burns.
Yeah.
Drew Doughty.
As you know, I have an opinion of Drew Doughty, and I respect his talent. Don't respect his brain a whole lot. So I'm biased, but I'd say no. But,
I would say no based on this year, but I would say yes based on his personality because I think he's one of the funniest people in the league.
yeah, that's
Kind of
true.
like PK Subban a little bit. So just for an
true.
entertainment standpoint, I would say yes, but as a player this year, I'd say no.
Yeah.
Marc-Andre Fleury,
Yes, you got to.
I would say 100% put
got
Marc-Andre.
to.
Yeah, and John Gibson.
I I think by choosing him, you're snubbing many other goalies.
Yeah, but I don't understand why everyone holds John Gibson so much lower than every other goalie in the league.
I don't
He's
know.
so good.
Why
Why doesn't he get the credit that he deserves?
don't ask me. I'm not the bureau of John Gibson haters. God.
Anyway, the snubs. Ryan Getzlaf. Not having the best year, but still probably deserves to be there, maybe. Ekman Larsson, I think, does deserve to be there over Clayton Keller, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sean Monahan.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't say.
I think that's a big snub.
Sorry.
I think
Sorry,
if,
Sean.
If you're looking at where's it? Kucherov and Stamkos, and didn't one team in here have 3? Whatever. You have to have Monahan in there. Like he's got.
He's a good player. He's a great player. But
Anyway.
yeah.
Elias Lindholm, who's also having a really good year. I would say no, but because you got Monahan and Gaudreau. But
yeah, I'd agree.
Matthew Tkachuk, who's also having a really good year.
Yeah. See, if I had to pick another Calgarian, that's the one I would pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In addition to Johnny Hockey.
Because of the personality?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. I think that's a big piece of it.
Possibly the biggest snub of the entire All-Star game, Mark Giordano.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely have him in there over Drew Doughty, in my opinion. David Riddick.
I would rather have Riddick
Than
than
Smith, or than one of the 2 goalies in here?
one of the 2 goalies in here.
Instead of John Gibson?
Yeah.
How dare you diss John Gibson like that? Leon Draisaitl?
Yes. I would.
I would too.
Because he's really with him and McDavid, they are the Edmonton Oilers.
Yep.
Those 2 guys, and he is every bit as valuable to the success of the team, I think, as McDavid is right now. Draisaitl is good everywhere. McDavid's known for this breakout fast, super speed, get in there and get a goal really quick.
Yep.
But Draisaitl is, I think, a little more versatile around the net. So I'd like to see his magic. But
All right.
yeah.
Now, Jonathan Quick was hurt for a while, and Jack Campbell stepped in. His numbers are actually pretty good, so he's on this snub list.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? Although
No.
I agree, and although he's had a pretty decent year number-wise, and Elliott has struggled, unfortunately, I just don't think that he's a name that should be there. That's no offense to him. It's
No offense at all.
Yeah.
When you're playing as the backup to Jonathan Quick, you're going to have less of a recognition
Yeah.
of your name. That's
Yeah.
all. Even if you play well.
Brock Besser.
Oh. Based on last year, I'd say yes.
Yeah, me
and
too.
This year's only half over. He is so exciting.
Yeah.
And I would say yes.
Bo Horvat.
I would say yes.
I would say no on that one.
Oh, I really like Horvat.
I do too.
Yeah.
William Karlsson.
No.
Vegas.
You'd say yes?
I would say no, because he's having a bit of off year if you compare it to last year. But it's a shame that Vegas only has 1 representative there in Marc-Andre Fleury. But it just goes to show you the depth of Vegas. They don't have this one player up front that's like just doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
They have such a deep team, kind of like Nashville, where they have 4 lines that can hit you everywhere. So I'm probably okay with him not being there, but he's one of my favorite players, so it's a shame that he's not. Now, the last man in vote.
All right.
Getzlaf, Ekman Larsson, Giordano, Draisaitl, Kopitar, Logan Couture, Brock Besser, or Jonathan Marchessault. Which of these names would you vote in?
Of that list, I'd put Besser in.
I would choose Giordano.
Yeah.
But anyway, that kind of wraps up the rosters.
The roster part.
The roster part.
Yeah, they've announced the coaches.
Yeah, I read that very briefly yesterday.
Yeah. Calgary's Bill Peters is the coach
Right,
for
yeah.
the Pacific. Paul Maurice will be coaching from the Central.
Cool.
John Cooper,
Yeah, okay.
hello, from the Atlantic. And Todd Reardon will be coaching
Oh.
for the Metropolitan
That's
division.
awesome.
It is awesome.
Good for
I mean,
him.
good for them.
Yeah.
In the days of old, when the All-Star game to me was more important and less showy, that's probably more of an honor then.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What do you want the All-Star game to be? Like, ideally, how do you want the players to be voted in? How do you want it structured? Do you want it to be actually competitive, or do you want it to be a show like it is now?
I would like the players to be selected by hockey experts, the journalists, maybe GMs, maybe not GMs, but I'd like not it just to be a fan-based popularity contest. I think that's often will get you the right result, but often will not. So that would be my preference if we were to still have an all-star game.
Yeah.
Then I would want it to mean something as well. Now, I've said before that it would be nice if the all-star game could determine home ice advantage in the finals, and you just had division versus division, or conference versus conference, rather. That would give it some meaning. A lot of people wrote in with comments after saying such a thing and talking about how bad an idea that is. And that's fine. Everyone has an opinion. But for me, I'd like the all-star game to mean something, and I'd like them to actually try. And I'd like it to be a regular hockey game.
Well, if the players aren't taking it seriously, like Ovechkin and some others who really don't care at all about the All-Star game, then why should we, is the comment that I see a lot on the internet.
Totally.
So,
and I actually agree with that.
I agree to it mostly. I mostly agree to it. I think it's important to step away from the game a little bit and have some fun, but it's too much of a show. It's too much of a TV spectacle. It's not really about the player's skill. It's about the TV spotlight, and it's about making, I don't know, it's about making money, honestly, for the NHL. They make a lot of money with the All-Star game. So I would like to see it be a little bit less about making money, making it into a show, and a little bit more about actually giving players a little bit of a break and not having them out there on the ice for 6 hours doing interviews and all this crap. Just let them play an actual all-star game and actually try and have it mean something, like you said, whether that's home ice advantage in the finals or, I don't know, if you want to make it about money, then put money on the line for the players and give them a chance to make some money or to contribute to some charities. And I think they do that already a little
Probably,
bit.
I'm not a fan of the current format. In fact, I haven't been a fan of the All-Star game for quite some time.
Yeah.
The only thing I like about the All-Star game is there's 4 or 5 days off in the middle of February or January, whenever it is, when I don't have to stress about hockey.
Yeah.
I really don't care what happens. I really, really don't.
Yeah.
I don't watch it. I might watch a bit of the skills competition.
Well, we watch it because of this channel. If the channel didn't exist, we wouldn't watch it.
No. Absolutely not. I still might watch the skills competition.
Sure.
I like the ones where players are performing against other players in real time, like the fastest skater.
Yeah.
Where you've got them starting from opposite sides of the ice and then crossing center and they're being timed.
Yeah.
I really, really like that. The shooting the 4 targets, and of course last year they changed it up a lot. They created all these invented new different kinds of ways and it was, I think, a total flop.
I agree completely.
And I don't know what they're going to do this year, and I may not find out because I may just be watching the movies instead.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't feel it.
interesting.
I like hockey, and I need a break from hockey once in a while. Perfect time for a break.
I agree. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah. I'm definitely more interested in the skills competition than the actual game itself.
Totally.
I honestly have no interest in the actual All-Star game.
Yeah.
I think it's a little foolish, but
Well, it's crazy. Have all these little miniature games. And they're 3-on-3, aren't they?
yeah,
Or they
something
were.
like that.
It's foolish. It's just a waste of a Sunday.
It's not exciting.
Total waste.
3-on-3 hockey is the most exciting hockey, and it's not exciting when you have the best players playing against each other because they don't take it seriously and it doesn't mean anything. They're just having fun.
Yeah.
So,
If I want to see people having fun that in a game that doesn't mean anything, I'll go to the bottom of the street and watch the outdoor rink and
Yeah, that's right.
4-year-olds. That'd be way more entertaining to me than millionaires.
burn.
Anyway,
All right, well, that wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. It's a bit of a long video, but we appreciate you sticking around. If you've made it so far, or if you've made it this far in the video, it's pretty awesome. Subscribe if you're not. That would mean a lot to us, and we'll see you in the next one. Adios.